I want to talk about kind of what I did to prep for the exam, what my mindset is going into it, and I think I'm also going to make the results, good or bad. I'm going to record those and put that in this video too. So what I did to prepare. So if you've been following along, you know, in my vlogs, you know that I've been studying for several weeks. I graduated May 9th. It is now July 19th. And I studied Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 hours a day, roughly. And our school bought us ATI, the virtual ATI program. And so I completed that entire program. I got my green light, which is kind of a guarantee that ATI has that if you get your green light and you take your exam within 3 weeks and you don't pass on your first try, then they give you 3 months of free review again. If you do pass, then great, but if you don't pass, then you get 3 months of free review. But if you're after those 3 weeks, then the guarantee no longer stands and you are screwed. I did get my green light, I think like early in June, no, late June. And the guarantee expired on the 14th. It's the 19th today. So it's expired. ATI is all I did. They have practice questions. They have some videos, although the videos aren't great, to be honest. I did a lot of YouTube videos. YouTube helped me a lot. Simple Nursing is like, they speak my language. So that's what I use the most. And Level Up RN. Now, I did use Registered Nurse RN videos for nursing school, but some of her videos are lengthy. And all I needed was a review. So I used her videos for nursing school, like to help me pass exams and things like that. But Simple Nursing videos and Level Up RN videos are shorter, more condensed. They get straight to the point. They're not as thorough, but again, all I needed was a review. So I've studied up until now, right? But 2 weeks prior to me scheduling my exam, so 3 weeks ago now, I had decided that I was not going to study anymore as much because we were paying my mom to take care of Tiago, my toddler, and I just decided that I was tired of not being able to stay home with him. So I told my mom that I was going to stay home with him and that I was just going to study when he was on his naps, 1 to 2 hours, and then when Freddie got home. Well, I did my best, but when you're at home, if you are a parent, or even if you're not a parent, you studied at home at all, you know that it's distracting. You always find something to do. And so very little studying got done in that time. So then when I finally got my ATT, the authorization to test, I was like, I felt like I had lost a lot of it, but I needed to schedule it as soon as possible. My goal was to take it as soon as possible because I had already delayed it. It had gotten delayed, or I didn't delay it, but it had gotten delayed for far too long. So that's what I did to study. Just reviewed ATI, virtual ATI, and then from when I scheduled it a week ago, I reviewed a bunch of note cards that I had from my review that I did with ATI. And that's it. And watched YouTube videos on topics that I thought I needed a little bit more, information on. That's literally all I did to prepare. I'll show you other preparations I did for today. They're in my purse. What I'm bringing to the NCLEX. But that's all I did to prepare as far as studying goes. And today I have done 0 studying. So my mindset today is just God's hands. I think that I'm confident that I have done everything that I can do up until this point, short of wearing myself thin, right? I've made sure not to do that either, because that can't be healthy. But I've done everything I can up until this point. I have managed to get what I can get to stick, and what, hasn't stuck in my brain, it's because it's just not meant to be there. Like, that's what I keep telling myself. It's like, if I don't remember it, like if it comes to the test and there's something on there that I'm just like, I don't know, then I'm just meant to get that question wrong. Like it just will be. Reviewing now and stressing myself out over because that's essentially what I would be doing if I go now and try and watch as many videos and reviews and all this stuff and do more practice questions. I'll just psych myself out because I'll see something on a practice question that I don't remember or have never heard of, and I'll just psych myself out. So that's something I definitely intentionally did not do today. I'm not saying that I'm confident that I won't fail, because that could still very well be a possibility, but again, I'm confident that I've done what I can do, and I'm trying to stay in that mindset of confidence and excitement for finally being done with it. Okay, so I just arrived to the testing center, and I feel like there's gonna be people in their car also waiting for their test and watching me talk to myself. Okay, I'm gonna share with you guys the preparations that I did for today. They might help someone who is like, oh, I didn't think about that. Because that's what I did. I watched YouTube videos and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so the first preparation that I did for today was I got me some extra, I made sure that I brought extra hair ties, because I wore my hair down just because they take a picture of you, or at least that's what I read, is they take a picture of you, I guess, for the board. And so I was like, well, I want to look nice for the picture, right? But my hair might get on my nerves as I'm taking my test, especially if I'm here for over 2 hours. Side note, who knew that the NCLEX was a potentially 5-hour exam? I feel like I didn't even realize that until I scheduled it a week ago. So the max number of test questions is 145, and they give you 2.06 minutes per question. It doesn't mean you have to take that time, but if you do, and if you do get the maximum amount of questions, then that's potentially 5 hours, which is like ridiculous. I hope I'm not here that long, but anyway. Also, the next preparation is I got a long sleeve shirt. So if you're like me and you are distracted very easily with any kind of stimulus, like if it's too cold or hot, or if you're hungry, or if people are making random clicking noises, which these test centers, a lot of the times there will be people clicking or typing or whatever, because they're not taking the same test as you. They might be writing an essay or something. So one of the stimuli that gets to me is being cold, right? Like, I'm very cold natured, so I wore just a thin long sleeve that's very comfortable. I got leggings on and some tennis shoes. Like, this is something I feel really comfortable in. However, I did bring me a short sleeve shirt. I don't know if they'll let me change into it, but I figured it's worth being prepared in case it's hot, which I don't know. I feel like these test centers are just cold. I don't know. For like, if you're someone that gets distracted really easily by noise, by sound, you can ask for earplugs. They will provide them for you. They don't allow you to bring your own in, but you can ask for them and they will bring you earplugs. And I was used to wearing my headphones when I was studying, whether I was watching videos or not. or listening to videos, I would wear them just to get used to the earplugs so that I could wear them when I get here. So I'm going to request some. Okay, so I also made sure I ate breakfast, but right now it's about lunchtime. So I brought me some lunch, and whatever's left will be my snack. Bring yourself a healthy snack. And this is what I mean by healthy. High fat, high protein. Hard-boiled eggs. There's a glare. So hard-boiled eggs, bacon, and chicken sausage. That's going to be my lunch, and whatever's left over is going to be my snack. I brought me this. Probably not going to drink it before the Spindrift, just a little drink. It's probably just going to be more of a treat afterwards, because if I'm in there for 5 hours, I'll be exhausted. Dead, dehydrated, exhausted, right? So this is my treat for probably afterwards. I got me some water here for a little bit, but I'm not going to drink too much of it because I don't want to have to pee. I also got me some cheese sticks, but they fell. So that's another snack that and I think you can bring snacks in because they give you 2 breaks, 2 optional breaks. You don't have to take them, and your time doesn't stop. So if you decide to take the break, you're risking losing that time. So they give you 1 optional break at 2 hours, and if you're still testing, they give you another optional break at 3.5 hours. Just depending on how I feel, I may or may not take those breaks. I don't want to have to, because I feel like that'll kind of break up my concentration, my mojo. But if I do, I'm going to take those snacks in there with me so that I have something, you know, to munch on. Also, bring your IDs, you guys. I brought 2. You only need 1 form of valid ID. I brought 2 just in case. I don't want to take any chances. I've been denied for tests before because the name doesn't match up on whatever. Make sure that your name matches up. Especially us Hispanics. Like, this is something worth like talking about if there's Hispanic nurses watching this, or nursing students. We have several last names, and some other people might too. We have weird last names where we have our mother's and our father's maiden name. I no longer do. I dropped those and just had my husband's name added when I got married. So like, that's my legal name, is just Bueso. But before that, I had Reina Isabel Cervantes Hernandez. So my middle name and 2 names, right? And so some of my documents didn't match up. They just didn't. Some didn't have 1 name, but they had the other. And so that would have been a real problem if I had to do this and it didn't match exactly my ID. Like, their documents didn't match. So I'm glad that I don't think I will have that problem, because now it's just Bueso, Reina Isabel Bueso. And I checked, both of my IDs match with what their record should have. So, but anyway, just be careful with that. What else did I do to prepare today? Oh, yes, especially in the time of COVID, make sure that you check with the center. They may require a mask. So I brought me a mask. They may or may not give you one. I would think that they would give you one, like not just deny you because you don't have one, but they may not give you a mask. And yes, they require that you wear one. So that really sucks. I'm not looking forward to that, because that's just so stupid, just in my opinion. But I brought that. And also, okay, so coffee, because I feel like even if you drink coffee earlier in the day, I'm someone who, like, it wears off on me. So I need a little bit of an extra boost closer to my test time. So I'm drinking just enough to, you know, hype me up enough to get me alert enough to take a 5-hour exam, but not enough to make me go to the bathroom, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. And another thing, gum. I don't know if you can see that. It's sugar-free gum. I don't know if you can see that. Because coffee, right? And that's another stimulus that actually gets to me, is like if I have bad breath or I have a bad taste in my mouth or whatever, it distracts me. Like I need to be 100% comfortable, 100% concentrated on that thing. Another thing that I think I made sure to take care of, I think I did well enough, but I know not everyone can do that, especially being a mom, is make sure that you have your ducks in a row, at least for today, right? Like most moms don't have their ducks in a row, but I mean today, avoid anything that is like, be super prepared with daycare, like childcare. Right now, I know exactly where my child is. I know exactly what he's doing. I mean, I think, you know, but I know that he's safe. I know that he's taken care of. The right people are there that know him and blah, blah, blah. Make sure that you take care of external stressors so that you don't go into the exam with that in mind, right? That's just another tip that I can think of. But that's really it. That's really all I can give you guys. I'm going to eat a little bit to get me through the next 5 hours. And depending on how I feel afterwards, I may or may not check in with you guys. Holy crap. The bathroom. I only had 75 questions. I don't know how that went. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm tired, my head hurts. Holy crap, you guys. Wow, that was intense. The nerves, oh my God. Okay. I have to breathe. 75 questions. 75 and out. Oh my God. I kept looking at the question counter, at the number. Ugh, my brain is fried. I kept looking and just like couldn't wait to get to the 75, but I'm like, get that out of your head because it may not stop at 75, right? Like I wanted to go in there thinking I'm gonna get 145 questions and that's what you need to prepare for, and that's what it's gonna be, right? 145 questions. But I just kept looking, like I felt like I was going too slow. Like I was overthinking and I was going too slow. And I even counted my time, like how much time do I have left? How many questions do I potentially have left? And just to make sure that I was still doing okay, because I would be the person that runs out of time on their NCLEX, having 5 hours to take the NCLEX. Like I'm just a slow test taker. But I kept hearing, you know, take your time. People don't run out of time on the NCLEX. Just so I did, and that made me nervous towards the latter half. Like after 35 questions, I was like, whoa, because these questions are, some of them are really not that complicated. That's something that I noticed, is they're not that complicated, but just because of the nerves and the anxiety of it, of just the idea of taking the NCLEX, you just psych yourself out. I don't want to speak too soon, and I don't mean that this means that I don't want to feel stupid after I found out my results and turns out I failed, right? But I feel good about it. I feel like I did my best. I feel like I answered those questions to the best of my ability. I don't think I rushed through it. I took my time. I feel like I did what I could. But 75, oh my God, I didn't think I would get 75. I'm just happy I got 75, even if I failed. Just kidding. Woo-wee! I should know my results soon, but as soon as I get home, I'm going to check. There's something out there called the Pearson VUE trick to see if you passed or failed, and I hear it's pretty accurate. All it is that you go in and you try to reschedule your NCLEX, or try to make another appointment to retake the NCLEX. And if it lets you, like it lets you go ahead with making the payment and everything, then that means that you failed. Or if it doesn't let you, then that means that you passed. I'm about to buy the quick results. They just showed up. So I'm shaking. So we'll see if I failed at 75 or passed at 75. I'm so nervous. And when I'm nervous, I laugh and get this stupid look on my face. It's so hot. It's so hot. I passed.